Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today, doing a top 10. I did kind of on all the Godzilla movies the last 3 weeks, but today's kind of special. I'm counting down my favorite Godzilla monsters in the Godzilla Universe throughout the years. I love big kaiju slash giant movie monsters since I was a little kid, and these are a few of my favorite ones from the Godzilla Universe. Starting off with is Gigan. Gigan is kind of special to me because as a kid when I used to get the books back in the day, and I loved his books. And Gigan was from when I was younger. I thought it was Godzilla's big bad. I know he's not. He's not. He's one of his bad guys he fights, but I just loved him as a little kid. And as I got older, and I figured out that he wasn't like the big guy, bad guy, but he's like always one of his big foes. Is I still liked him, especially in Final Wars. Gigan is just one of the special Godzilla I mean, the monsters in the one of those kaiju's in Godzilla Universe, especially in the Showa and Final Wars in the Millennium era, where I just love how he is, especially in Final Wars with the chainsaw claws and the little pick claws he has. He's just an awesome little. Now he's not little, but awesome kaiju that Godzilla's faced off, and that's why he's at number 10. This mainly for nostalgia reasons, but I still am a big Gigan fan. And number 9 is one of my favorite Heisei era kaiju from Godzilla Universe is Biollante. Biollante is cool because she's still very unique. She's the only plant kaiju and one of the only few female kaiju in the Godzilla Universe, and she's just so powerful. She has two stages. I prefer her second stage over her first, but she really hurt Godzilla pretty badly, and she was not an easy person to fight against for Godzilla. She's just so unique and so interesting. I wish they would bring her back into another new movie, but she's just such a good kaiju in the Godzilla universe, and she had to be on this list. That's what Biollante is at number 9. Number 10 is one of Godzilla's first foe, but became one of his big allies. Is Anguirus. I love Anguirus. I didn't like him in his first movie debut, but I love him in the show era, being Godzilla's like second hand when it comes to help and stuff. And I love in the Millennium era how you can have a barrel roll and totally take out buildings and stuff. Anguirus is just awesome. I love his cry too. He's just such a unique monster in the God's universe, and he's one of the few good kaiju other than God's in the monster, I mean not monsterverse, but God's in the universes through the years. Anguirus is just really awesome. I liked him ever since I was a kid. He was one of my favorites, and yeah, he's just one of kaiju that's such an iconic one from the Gods in the universe, and that's why he's number 8. Um, and number 7, we got Destroyer. Probably my favorite Heisei era Godzilla foe. He's like to me this Godzilla's second biggest rival after Ghidorah. Um, one of the few one of the few kaiju that almost killed Godzilla. He's such just a strong kaiju, really devastating kaiju too, and he came from the oxygen destroyer, which makes him even more of a menace. He's just one of those kaiju you just don't want to see. And I like how he has different forms and stuff. I like his main form, but Destroyer is just one of those kaiju that you just have to love in the Godzilla universe. He's just an awesome design, and he looks just like a demon from. He looks just like a demon, which just makes him even look cooler. He's just such an awesome, devastating, and scary looking kaiju in the Godzilla universe, and he's by far my favorite original one from the Showa, not Showa, from the Heisei era from the 90s. That's why he's at number 7. And number 6 is Mechagodzilla. Really, the original from 75 film, and Kiryu from the Millennium era. Both I love a lot. The original one I like because he's from space and stuff. He's aliens made him, but I like Kiryu because of his weapons and his design, and he was built on the bones of the original Godzilla. Both Mechagodzilla designs are awesome. I love Mechagodzilla in general. Can't wait to see how Mechagodzilla is intertwined in the new movie. But yeah, my two favorites have to be Kiryu and the original. I'm not the biggest fan of the Heisei era from '93 or um Godzilla anime series, but the other two I'm just a big fan of, and that's why they almost make it to the top five. In the top five, we have first Godzilla's biggest foe, Ghidorah, or I like to call him Idora. He's basically Godzilla's Joker. Um, Ghidorah is just he's amazing. I love the designs from the new movie and the Heisei era, but I love his origins from the Showa era and the new movies. Ghidorah is just he's one of the strongest enemies of Godzilla, easily from any of the series. He's just incredible, and I loved what they did with him in the King of the Monsters. And I reviewed that movie. I'll talk to more why I like him in that movie so much. He's just an awesome monster, and he is just such a hard enemy to beat. It takes three monsters to take him down, and King of Monsters in the original Ghidorah three-headed monster, and Godzilla needs Mothra's help to take him down. That's why he's at number five. He's just an incredible kaiju and biggest foe Godzilla's ever fought. And number four is King Kong. King Kong is the second most legendary monster after Godzilla, but it's I couldn't put him any higher because my top three will always be my top three favorite Godzilla monsters. King Kong's the only one that's not really Godzilla monster, but he is technically in the universe, the show era and the MonsterVerse. So I had to put him on this list. King Kong's is awesome. I love his origin from Skull Island, and he's just an incredible monster. America's number one monster, and he was the first major kaiju ever made. Made, and he's just awesome. The original Godzilla versus King Kong. I wasn't a fan of his design, but seeing those two fight was awesome. And now seeing them fight again in this new movie coming out, I just can't wait. That's why King Kong is at number four. It's an awesome monster, and glad he's in the Godzilla universe. And number three is Mothra. Mothra is the queen of the monsters after Godzilla. It's a king. Mothra is the best female kaiju in any of the series. I love the twin fairies that follow her in the show and Heisei and have like how they do it in the MonsterVerse a little bit. Since Mothra is such a legendary uh, monster from the Godzilla universe. She's one of the originals. I just love how she can get reborn after she gets destroyed and stuff. She's just incredible and probably one of the most underrated. Not underrated, but she's sometimes I think underestimated in her power and stuff. She's such iconic kaiju. She just has to be. She's just become one of my favorites of all time, and that's why she's at number three. And at number two, a lot of you might be surprised by this one. It's Godzilla. Yes, Godzilla's not number one for me. I love Godzilla, but we'll get to number one in a second. Godzilla, the king of the Godzilla universe, basically. He's one of the he's like the toughest kaiju of all time. Um, I just love Godzilla. My favorite Godzilla is from probably the Heisei era, and then the MonsterVerse will take my two favorite designs. And the Final Wars is a pretty good design too, but Godzilla's just a legendary kaiju. Um, I love his atomic breath. I love that he can take so many hits and stuff. The reason why he's not number one is because I just want to be unique with my favorite kaiju, and you'll see why in a second. But Godzilla's just awesome. I'm just such a big Godzilla fan. If it wasn't for him, I would never discover my favorite, or him. I think he's also awesome kaiju. I think probably King Kong. Because I did get King Kong before I got right back into Godzilla. So that's why Godzilla's at number two. And number one for me is Rodan. Rodan is easily my favorite kaiju of all time. Basically pterodactyl. It was from Atomic stuff. Lives in a volcano. Just an awesome kaiju. I love him. My favorite kaiju movie is his original story. I love him in a MonsterVerse. That's my favorite scene in Kingdom of Monsters with him in it. He's just an incredible monster in a MonsterVerse and in general. Rodan has nothing to. He's a major threat to Godzilla sometimes, but sometimes he helps Godzilla. He's that anti hero kind of deal. I just love Rodan, and he will always be my favorite kaiju in the MonsterVerse or in Godzilla Universe in general. So that's my top 10 favorite Godzilla monsters. One more Godzilla related top 10 ranking before the movie comes out, and then we'll go back to like polls and stuff for rankings and top 10s. This month with Godzilla versus King, Godzilla versus Kong coming out next week in this month. It's a special month, so we got one more special video in the rankings next week for it. So be looking to that. Tomorrow will be my review of Godzilla King of the Monsters, and then next week might be King Kong. It depends on when I see it. So um, yeah, please like, subscribe, comment, hit notification bell, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.